Mama. Thank you for stopping by to check out the Heroic Mama Revolution. I hope that wherever you're tuning in to watch this video from, that it finds you and your family safe, healthy, and well. My name is Claire, and I am here in my home office recording this video because I have a message that's been on my heart for a really long time. And now in the midst of this crisis that we're facing with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's become so clear to me that our world needs this message more now than ever. What I'm after here today is nothing less than a revolution. The Oxford Dictionary defines a revolution as dramatic and wide-reaching change in the way that something works, how it is organized, or how people think about it. The revolution that I want to begin today is about the story of motherhood. For generations, we believed the story that motherhood is the place where we go and we lose ourselves. That when we become a mother, that our children come first, and that it's not until they go off to school or move out of the home as adults that we then get to become a priority in our lives again. What's so damaging about this story? Doesn't it mean that we're a good mom, that our children come first? What's the most damaging about this story is that it perpetuates a loss of identity, where we lose connection to who we are as individuals and what we are here to do. This loss of identity sets us up to be paralyzed by doubt, to be crippled by fear and anxiety, and it conditions us to look outside of ourselves for the answers to our problems. We turn first to the doctors, the experts in the fields, the grandmother down the street when we face problems in our lives, and we forget our own inner voice. I believed this story for a really long time, and I gave so much of my power to it. I spent so much energy trying to conform myself into what a good mother is. That good mothers do certain things and they don't do other things. That mothers wear certain types of clothes and not other things. Mothers say certain things and they don't do other things. And every single day that I tried to become this version of a good mother that's defined by someone other than myself, I could never measure up. I felt like I was failing day in and day out, never measuring up, never good enough, never deciding to do the right thing. Feeling this way, this pressure, this doubt, this anxiety, this crushing failure, day in and day out, led me to the point of desperation. It led me to this place where I believed that my son was better off without me, that I was such a terrible mother, I was doing such a bad job and failing in all of these areas, that his life would just be better off without me. This spiral of desperation eventually led me to suicidal behavior, where I was making reckless decisions, endangering both myself and my son. And it was on the final crash of that desperation where I hit rock bottom. And as I literally lay there on the floor of our guest bedroom, wondering, doubting where I was in life and how I got to this place where I truly believed that the world would be better off without me here. That there was something inside of me. There's this small kernel that still resided here in my heart that flickered to life again, that hadn't been smothered and suffocated by the rules and the conformity that I had tried to hold myself to. It was still there. And it beckoned me to live again. To live not because I'm a mother, or because I'm a wife, or a daughter, or an employee, or any of the other roles that I fulfill in my life. I wanted to live for me. I wanted to bring my own soul to life once again. And from that day, I began to live life differently. And what I discovered when I began to live life differently was that there's a different story of motherhood that was possible. A story where I, as an individual, as who I truly was, wasn't an afterthought that was squeezed in between the different roles that I had to fulfill, but instead this source of who I am, this identity of my own soul, became the driving force to which I brought the roles that I chose to fulfill. As I began to write this new story of motherhood for myself, I came to believe that every soul that walks upon this earth is here for a reason, that we each have a purpose, and we are given unique talents, gifts, and capabilities, and that it is our responsibility to bring these talents to their fullest potential and to give our gifts in greatest service to the world. So what is needed? How do we go from the story of motherhood, where we lose ourselves, to the story of motherhood, where it's an invitation to become most fully ourselves? The first step that this change requires is for us to forever put down the mantle of the powerless victim, whose identity is subsumed by the roles that she plays, and instead intentionally choose to become the hero of our own life, and to lead our lives with courage and confidence. The Heroic Mama Revolution sole purpose is to be the spark of inspiration, to remind all of us that we already have everything that we need inside of us to become the courageous hero of our own life. That maybe we just need a gentle reminder of our own soul's truth. As I think about the intention of the Heroic Mama Revolution, I am always inspired by the famous artist Michelangelo. And as he carved David, the famous statue, he said that he didn't create David, that David already resided within the stone, and that his role was simply to show up and chunk away at everything that hid away David from the rest of the world's eyes. The ultimate mission of the Heroic Mama Revolution is to inspire mamas to actualize their unique destiny and to become radiant exemplars of wholehearted living for themselves, their families, and the world. The world is a dark and hurting place right now. The change that we need isn't going to come from the top down or from the outside in. It must come from the inside out. It is up to each of us to accept the call to become the hero of our own life story. I wear this necklace every day to inspire me. It says, "She needed a hero, and so that's what she became." The revolution begins here in our own hearts, and it begins anew each day with every moment that we reawaken to the truth of our soul's identity, and we harness that life force to guide ourselves to actualizing our potential as individuals, as mothers, and as powerful change makers. If this is a change that speaks to your heart as well, I would be honored to have you join me in the Heroic Mama Revolution, where together we will rise up and become the change that we most wish to see in the world. And together we will write a new story of motherhood for ourselves and for generations to come. I'll see you on the inside.